Today, I will discuss about the emergence of organic state in India by citing the story of Sikkim. After the independence, there was a high need of the crop production in India. And after Green Revolution in 1960, the crop production had increased. So far, there were introduction of the chemical fertilizers and pesticide, which causes the pollution as well as the destruction of the environment by causing soil erosion and adverse impact. So far, there was the need for introduction of organic farming in India. Now, India ranks first in the number of organic farmers and fourth in the area under organic farming. So, India has traditional culture according to the lifestyle, according to the food habits, etc. And organic farming is actually the traditional in India, so it is getting followed. Nowadays, Sikkim becomes the model for other states like Uttarakhand and Tripura to become organic. Sikkim, it lies in the lap of the Himalaya. It has the subtropical climate, biodiversified forest and pastures, but fragile ecosystem. But the state is environmentally very much responsible, so that they had taken the pledge in 2003 to be organic, and in 2016 they become 100% organic state. So far, it shows the pathway to other countries and states to be the organic. The model of the Sikkim is being followed. Now, what is organic farming? It's the evergreen, ancient method by which environment remains pure, the natural nature of the land is actually maintained, and soil remains fertile. So far, the drought-like situation could be handled very easily. So, it consists of the eco-friendly technique for the good crop yields. Organic movement had been started in 1940 after the growing reliance of the use of synthetic and chemical fertilizers and pesticide. In 1940, Walter James Northernberg had coined the term, that is organic farming, in his book Look to the Land. Need of organic farming. So far, the fossil fertilizers had been converted from the chemical fertilizers, and there were introduction of the organic insecticide as well as pesticide apart from the chemical pesticides. Compost manure, green manure, bone meal, vermicompost, cow dung, biopesticide, earthworm manure, neem cake, lemongrass, and fruit residues were actually used, after which the bacterial culture were introduced over there. So they are all eco-friendly. And some techniques were actually incorporated there, like crop rotation, companion planting, biological pest control, mixed cropping, nurturing insect predators, everything were accumulated together. So while the plant protection is considered, so far the introduction of biopesticide is very much needed. Benefits of organic farming, it's very much popular because it protects the environment, increases food production, protects farm-friendly insect, increases the groundwater level, reduces the cost of agriculture, increases the quality of production. Ecology works well by adopting this organic farming, and crops are rotated to get the proper nutrition. There are some key characteristics of organic farming, like long-term fertility of soil, maintaining organic matter level, soil biological activity, insoluble nutrient materials are being incorporated, nitrogen self-sufficiency by including the nitrogen fixation in case of leguminous plant, effective recycling of organic materials, weed, disease, pest control, organic manuring, minimum intervention of the chemicals. And the management of livestock is very important because the evolutionary adaptations could be done. So conservation of wildlife is also happening. Current position in India. So there are several national program and scheme had been adopted in India to procure the organic farming. Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana scheme, Mission Organic Value Development Scheme, which actually incorporates total northeastern region. So all those schemes assisted to provide the entrepreneurs for the organic farming. So by keeping in mind the environmental sustainability and focusing solely on the organic farming, the sustainable development could be done in the Sikkim, and it won the Oscar Award. Yes, Sikkim won the Oscar Award, that is called the Future Policy Gold Award in 2018, 15th October in Rome. Chief Minister Mr. Pavan Kumar Chamling had received this from the UN Food and Agricultural Organizations, where co-contributions were there from the World Future Council and IFOAM Organic. He received this award from Deputy Director Maria Helena Semedo. So far, the Sikkim was thought as the best according to the policy to adopt the organic farming, as well as it was recognized by the World Book of Records London, where it was said that it is not only 100% organic state but also crime-free state with the best governance. So far, while the best policy award was given, it was stated that it promoted the agro-ecological and sustainable food systems, recognized the state's leadership, the recognition of the incorporation and involvement of the common man, organic production and socio-economic aspects, consumption and market expansion, rural development, sustainable tourism. So far, it was thought that that is the inspiration for striving towards sustainable organic farming. So, in 2003, the transformation shift from the conventional chemical farming to the organic farming was taken. And in 2016, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi had declared Sikkim as 100% organic state. So far, it became the model for all other state and country, and in the northeastern zone as well. So Sikkim is the first bucket list in the tourist spot, as the tourist spot. A travel guide named The Lonely Planet named Sikkim as the world's top destination in 2014. It is for the traveler's interest because it is 100%. Sikkim has 100% sanitation coverage as well as open defecation system. Full literacy as well as increasing forest cover is observable. So far, the natural beauty, serenity, biodiversity attracts the tourist. So during 2011 to 2014, there were increase in 50% tourists, as well as it was found that it incorporated and contribute 8% increase in GDP to the country for the total tourist economy. The journey had been started from 2003 by keeping in mind there were the decline in the income and production. So far, various kinds of steps had been involved, like the biovillage adaptation, like organic board formation, reduction in the use of the chemical fertilizer, so they were banned, as well as various types of security policy framework had been made. So far, after taking all these steps, the scope of cultivation of Sikkim has increased and more than 22 lakh hectares of production has recorded. Many awareness programs and campaigns were actually involved here to educate the general farmers regarding the adaptation of the organic farming. They were not yet actually forced to adopt them. So far, gradually, it became the organic state. Pest management, nutrition management, so many management as well as the research cultures, the farmer as well as scientific interactions had been made well, so that as a result, it became the organic state. Let's talk about the steps which were actually took the journey towards the success. Step 1, Sikkim organic board formation. Step 2, concept of biovillage adaptation. Step 3, action plan as organic mission was adopted. Step 4, organic training, awareness, education, management program. Step 5, the organic certification. That is very much important. Some lands were certified. Step 6, laws for organic farming. Step 7, the organic market. And step 8, organic research center had also made. The process timeline. So whatever I have told, in 2003, Sikkim begins the journey by discouraging chemical fertilizer use. The Sikkim Organic Board has been formed. During 2003 to 9, some villages were adopted. I will talk about the story of the biovillage formation. During 2006 to 9, many hectares of the land were converted, which had also been done during 2008 and 9, and some ginger processing unit had been formed. 2010, a very major year where some organic mission had been taken as action plan. 2010 and 11 as well as 11, 12, 12, 13, all those years, some more and more hectares of land were converted to the organic, to produce the organic product. 2015, ultimately, all the lands become organic and they banned the use of the chemical fertilizer. And 2016, they had declared the organic success story by being totally organic state. The beginning of the journey. So from 2003, the journey began. But before that, some pre-steps also had been made. Chief Minister Mr. Pawan Kumar Chamling had told that the journey was not so easy while he delivered the talk in UN summit. He said that not only the political intervention but also the involvement of the common man were there. And without the involvement of the common man, it was not yet possible. So student, can I ask you one question? Who had coined the term organic farming? Option number 1, Walter James Nordenberg. Option 2, Albert Gomes. Option 3, Albert Thomas. Option 4, Thomas Edwin. Can you guess the answer? Yes, you are right. That is option A, Walter James Nordenberg. Now let's talk about the journey of the Sikkim towards the organic, 100% organic state. After the Green Revolution as effect, there was a chance of increase in the use of chemical fertilizers. So far, the result could also be done in case of Sikkim, but there was a little bit increase in the chemical fertilizer because it is in the high mountain hilly region. So chance of the intensive industrial farming was not yet applicable for over there. So a little bit of the chemical fertilizer use had been done. In 2003, keeping all this in mind, Sikkim begins discouraging the use of the chemical fertilizer and reduces the fertilizer subsidy by 10%. And Sikkim Organic Board had been formed so far to commit the sustainable development and nature conservation and involving youth and women. So during 2003 and 4, there were increase in the use of organic fertilizers. So far, healthy living, soil fertility, and reduced health ailment had been observed. In 2004, there was reduction in the chemical fertilizers, and Sikkim stopped importing chemical fertilizers from other states during this position, and the use of the organic fertilizers had been increased, and there was removal from the subsidy from the chemical fertilizer. So step 1 was the formation of this organic board where Mr. Pawan Kumar Chamling, Chief Minister, was directly involved along with other dignitaries. That was the first step. The second step is the concept of biovillage. 396 villages were adopted by the state government to get the organic input. So far, developing villaging panchayats in the form of clusters for development of the organic farming. Very important, that is the formation of this biovillage. So the biovillage was formed with the help of Sikkim Food Security and Agricultural Department, State Department. So they had banned the use of the chemical fertilizer and provided the organic fertilizer and manure to use. So organic certifications has also been done for the farmers as well as for the land. So during 2003 to 9, the pilot phase as the part of the organic mission in the first pilot phase had been done where 100 villages were changed during this phase. So far, the first state policy which had been awarded by as the Golden Policy Award was first taken by these two steps. During 2006 to 9, about 8,000 hectares of land is certified as organic. 8 units of the vermiculture hatcheries are established in 5 state farms and 3 Krishi Vigyan Kendras were established. So far, we can say the 2008 and 2009, they were capable to form the ginger processing unit which were established in Biddang Farm, West Sikkim. So ginger is one of the 4 high-value crops selected by Sikkim for its development, for its trade purpose as well. Now, third step is very important, that is action plan for the organic mission. So the process of converting Sikkim into a 100% organic state was first tracked in 2010 with the launch of Sikkim Organic Mission. So the actions were taken to measure the steps to become as 100% organic outlet, organic education, awareness program had been done. So far, the environmental farming had been introduced. During 2010 to 2011, more than 18,234 acres of land were certified. Automated greenhouse were established. 2011 to 2012, 19,216-acre land was organic certified. During 2012 and 13, the step 4 was taken, that was organic training courses and center. So far the awareness program had been started. It was included in the primary school level as well as in the secondary school curriculum syllabus. It was introduced. Livelihood schools were made. 2 organic centers of excellence were made. 3 organic farming centers had been made. So it was found that the nutrition management, pest management, farming labs were formed, soil conservation, acidic soil treatment, organic packing, etc. were done. So far, government started to educate people about organic farming by creating organic farms, organic schools, etc. And organic education campaign had been started. The step 5, organic certification. The certification process was so important. The government of Sikkim strongly emphasized the certification process for the organic transformation in Sikkim. Between 2010 to 2014, the government spent 80% of the total budget on the certification agencies and supporting the farmers to educate them to obtain the certificate. Step number 6, very important step. So what they had done, they had banned the chemical fertilizers, okay? And they had taken up the subsidy 10% from there. So for the organic fertilizers and the pesticides were introduced. But the thing is that the laws were also implemented. In 2014, the complete ban were actually announced by the state government. And the farmers were trained to make the organic pesticides and manures. It was declared that if any farmers are found to use the chemical fertilizer, they will be jailed for up to 3 months and there will be the fine up to 1 lakh of rupees. In 2015, entire agricultural area in the state is converted to certified organic and the plan was successful in 2015. So in 2016, it was declared as the 100% organic state. But many more steps were there, like introduction of the organic market. So far, government directly bought the product from the farmers and they had marketed it by making it campaigns to popularize them by making the awareness program. So Sikkim Organic, a market was made where the farmers could themselves can sell their product, okay? And for the health benefits, it was declared that organic product must be used by all. Sikkim Organic brand, very important. The policy also sought to build a Sikkim Organic brand as a way to target the national and international market, okay? Because of their unique climate and the farming culture, Sikkim can make the marketing strategy for some important food crops like cardamom, ginger, orange, tea, kiwi fruit, etc. So organic farming had developed all those products very easily. Not only that, in step 8, organic research center had been made. 2 research institutes like Switzerland-based Research Institute of Organic Research, FIBZL, as well as the Bangalore International Competence Center for Organic Agriculture helped to develop the National Organic Farming Research Center in Sikkim Research Institute, the National Organic Farming Research Institute in Sikkim in 2016 to develop the organic production system to give the technical support to the northeastern zone. There were scientist and farmer collaboration. Sikkim government had encouraged the participatory research in between scientists as well as the farmer. So far, the traditional and modern technologies and techniques were used to develop organic sustainable technique. So formally in 2016, the 100% organic state was declared. But the legacy was also continued further. In 2018, Sikkim government had stopped the import of inorganic fruits and vegetables from 1st April 2018. As well as World of Organic Agriculture Report 2018, Sikkim was the largest number of organic producer in the world. They made many more plans as well as initiatives which implemented properly and stepwise fashion. Well-defined plans were formulated. It was not abrupt. The policies were there for soil fertility, preserving water quality, increasing biodiversity. So far, they performed 40,000 soil tests per year and it was given in the soil health cards. So far, gradual phase out of the subsidies over the chemical fertilizers were possible. The political leadership were made this possible along with the common man. So far, the crops were grown in organized ways in a total of 190,000 of agricultural land in the state. Not only that, the incentives were given to promote the vermicompost, making free rural compost pits, biofertilizers. 2 biofertilizers units were made. There were involvement of the government. They had made increase in the health awareness, rising disposable income, urbanization. They had given up many types of genetically modified crop seeds as well as healthy seeds. The private sector was also involved. The private sector introduced setup to recruitment of unemployment educated persons as well as innovative technologies like artificial intelligence, imaging and renewable energy. Private companies in organic industries, they had implemented more. So that was in the nascent stage. And many R&D of many industries and NGO, they also worked. The ideology of the common man actually helped to convert all land to the organic land, and all farmer became the organic farmers, okay? But that was in the gradual phase. Many of the countries had taken the Sikkim as the model but failed, like Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, the President Rajapaksa had declared to be organic in April 2021. So they had banned 600 products in April 27, 2021. They had banned the pesticide, chemical fertilizer, dairy, soy product, milk product, fruit juices, because they said that that chemical thing causes the health ailment. But due to the abrupt decision by the government, that was not in favor. So there was many more hoarding and black marketing by some traders. They were fell down in the rice production, tea production. Tea is one of the major production system in case of Sri Lanka for having the foreign money. But Sri Lanka factors which actually the failure. There are so many factors like inflation, unemployment, food crisis. So far, Rajapaksa had declared the crisis as the economic emergency in August 2021. Because all the farmers, they were not aware about this. Only 20% of the Sri Lankan farmers had information regarding the organic production. 63% of the farmer did not have any input. People in Sri Lanka had alleged that they were not provided the proper informations regarding that. But on the other side, the Sikkim organic model was successful because the planning were made. Sikkim government, after removing the subsidy from the chemical fertilizers, they had provided enough organic fertilizer, organic seed, compost, organic fertilizer, biopesticide. The farmers were not forced to implement the organic farming, but also they were aware to adopt the organic farming by educating the benefits of the organic farming. It took a decade, 13 to 14 years to become organic, not overnight. So for the success story, the key is that the biovillage were adopted. The training and awareness programs had been done. The government educated the farmers for the organic farming. Before switching to the agricultural formation to the organic farming, the proper plans and policies were made. There were so many challenges because the mutated pests are coming up. So for the proper technologies were not there to conserve them, okay, because the inadequate the infrastructure were not there, like lack of cold storage, because there should be the chance of cross contamination, as well as there were that was new phase in the agriculture, from the turning from the conventional chemical agriculture to the organic farming, so that there were comparative high in the long run for the product. But all those things were challenged by the Sikkim. So for best model of the governance of the Sikkim was done. So successful agricultural revolution, environmental sustainability, lesser interference of the government, power of the common man, individual policy making, promotion of local governments, research which feeds into the economy make it possible. Not only that, once we are talking about the global food crisis, in 2021, it was said that around 500,000 people in 53 countries were facing starvation. The current global food system has been a lot of growth compared to earlier. But the problem is production is not low. The problem is the chemical-based food, which can cause various types of diabetes, cancer, various types of diseases. Current cost of the chemical fertilizer-based farming is around $3 trillion US. Economically, it is not yet feasible. So there is a triangle, right? That is social, economic, as well as ecological triangle, which actually encounter the crisis of the food and all. Intensive agriculture, where the soil erosion could be possible. So far, according to the report, 1 out of 10 farmers gets bankrupted every year and they commit suicide. Every thousands of farmers commit suicide. But if we see the insights of this organic farming, which maintain the green environment, ecological harmony, biodiversity, as well as biological sustainability and biological cycle remain intact. So far, the reckless use of the chemical fertilizers could be stopped, and organic product can offer better health benefit towards the human being. So as conclusion, I can say this organic farming, which was adopted by the Sikkim, is not only economically viable but also good for health and environmental friendly. So long-term sustainable agriculture without negative impact can be pertained by this sort of organic farming. Thank you.